Coconut Confidential is an all-African produced black animation web series about award-winning screenwriter Lindiwe Suttle Mueller Westernhagen's American high school story set in the 1990s. A coming-of-age web series tells the bittersweet, the funny and hopeful story of an awkward teen struggling to understand the complexity of interracial friendship. Lindiwe joins us now via Skype to share more on the web series. Lindy, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, everyone.
Briefly share with us more details on the web series. Why now? And what is so fitting about working on this project now?
It's so funny because we've been working actually with the guys in Lagos, Nigeria from Hybrid Animations. And animation takes forever. And now with this whole political movement and this worldwide support of the Black Lives Movement, it just kind of feels like it's the perfect timing for something like this to come out. And for me, growing up and not having anybody on TV Black animated is something that I'm hoping that young girls and boys kind of, resonate with.
Mm-hmm. And having to relive your childhood when working on this series, what would you say were some of the greatest memories of growing up in Georgia in the United States?
Well, the funny thing is a lot of people that actually went to high school with me, I considered myself a very awkward, shy person. And the responses from people in high school were like, no, you were amazing. You were confident. And it's quite funny because this story is me narrating, because I'm also an actor in it because I'm narrating my story looking back. And it's really funny to me is how you thought of yourself and how actually people also thought of you. So I'm hoping that this also helps young kids that are in school right now thinking that they're this awkward, social maybe outcast to say, actually, maybe not. Because the story really is about interracial friendships. It's about acceptance and it's about identity, too.
And more importantly, building confidence in young kids. How many parts does the series include and how did you manage to fit all your teen memories into the series?
Well, we're actually going to start with six. We're going to start with 6 episodes, and then I'm also writing a feature film on it too. So, anyone out there, Showmax, Netflix, we're ready. But we're going to start with 6 episodes first.
Okay, and do talk to us about your decision to ask an all South African cast to narrate the story.
Well, what really solidified this for me is actually living in South Africa and working with so many talented people and also watching Jennifer being played by Mama Winnie. And I thought, if an American can play such an iconic symbol in our history, why can't we play Americans? So I got Amanda DuPont, Candice Moritsele, and so many other amazing, you see also there, amazing, talented people. And I said, can you do an American accent? And they said, you know what? We're going to give it a go. And I think they did an incredible job.
Good stuff. And you've worked on quite a number of films. How was it like putting a story together about yourself?
Well, my short film, actually, Desmond's Not Here Anymore, was an award-winning short film that I wrote. And it was the first time, I think, where I opened up and I was super honest. And for me, that was a big breaking point of making sure all of my stories are, they're funny, but there's this honesty about all of your mishaps and your mistakes that you made. And for me, that was actually what kind of was like, okay, yes, we're going to make something that's funny and something that's real. So, that's kind of what happened with the story.
International Hollywood stars like LeVar Burton, April Rain, and many others have come out in your support. How does that make you feel? To what extent does that validate you as a writer?
It's so funny because my husband is very famous in Germany, and he always says to me, do not read the press. Don't care what people say, because sometimes they'll throw roses and sometimes they'll throw stones. Mm-hmm. Art is supposed to be subjective. You're supposed to get the good and the bad. But for someone like April Ryan, who started the Oscars So White campaign to bring attention to the lack of diversity in the film industry, for her to actually say, oh my God, this is amazing work. For LeVar Burton, who played Kunta Kinte, this is like Black culture in, celebrating what you've done. I have to admit, yes, it does feel good.
I can imagine, Lindy. And remind us again where the web series is available.
You can actually go right now on Instagram at Coconut Confidential. And also, we are on YouTube. You can watch the full trailer on YouTube, and please subscribe. We are nothing without our supporters. So please subscribe, and I hope you enjoy it. Let us know what you feel about it, please.
Yeah, sure. And, just having this conversation with you, I know that it is a definite must-see. Lindy, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Good stuff. We just spoke to award-winning screenwriter Lindiwe Suttle Mueller Westernhagen on her all-African-produced black animation web series titled Coconut Confidential.